I might have a hard time getting through this because I haven't read it out loud. I just finished writing this like 10 minutes ago. 'Twas the NBA season for your Boston Celtics. We were done with Kyrie. That guy was so selfish. Hayward was handled by the doctors with care, hoping Larry O'Brien soon would be there. Terry was traded. We sent him to Charlotte, while visions of Kemba turned the tip of my penis scarlet. Brad with his clipboard, the fans in their seats, we were ready to watch the green team compete. As the months rolled on, the critics stayed polite. They said it was too early, though. The timing wasn't right. The Jays were improving. The locker room was great. Grant Williams was born in 1998. When midseason came, it was time to persuade them. There was a bulge in my pants. He was named Jason Tatum. He'd pull up from three and drive to the basket. Was he taking the next step? Did we even have to ask it? But let's pay tribute to one of his idols. We lost the Black Mamba, Mr. Bryant of 5 titles. Back to the fun stuff. Our star had arrived. With Kemba's leadership, the young guys could thrive. But then in early March, there arose such a clatter. In Utah, of all places, we asked, what's the matter? It was Rudy Gobert and his European ways, having sex with the microphones under the media's gaze. Very shortly thereafter, the season was suspended. Corona had struck. Could this be how it ended? We ran to the stores looking for toilet paper. I missed my Celtics coverage. Shout out to Kyle Draper. But have no fear, 5 months we awaited. The league would resume, and I masturbated. But what to my wondering eyes did appear? A Gordon Hayward injury. I think we've been here. With a hobble off the court and an exit from the bubble, I knew in a moment this could be trouble. More rapid than eagles, the playoff series came. Coach Stevens believed, and he yelled them out by name. Now Kemba, now Marcus, now Jalen and Jason. On defense, we switch. On offense, we're spacing. To the top of the arc, to the corner for 3. Now get back, get back, get back on D. We dispatched a Philly, and that was a must, proving there was really no process to trust. But then came Toronto, and Kyle Lowry's bitching. It took 7 games, and it wasn't convincing. We were up 2-0 and headed for a sweep. Then they hit a buzzer beater, and things became bleak. They pushed us to the brink. Every game was so stressful, but we would prevail, and the victory felt sexual. On to Miami and Jimmy Butler's Heatles, who proved to be too much, like haystacks around needles. A hustle play here, a zone defense there, quickly gave green teamers a look of despair. The guys went ISO, and Stevens was outcoached. He got cooked like an egg, whether scrambled or poached. And now we're stuck watching the Lakers and Heat. Not exactly a series that makes me want to beat my meat. But if I can assure you of only one thing, this team will be back, and maybe soon with a ring.
That was fantastic.
Thank you.
That was one of the better things I've ever heard in my entire life.
That was
I've heard a lot in my time.
Yeah. 2 years, several things have gone in them.
Yep, in and out. I couldn't have said it better myself. It was a very, very interesting season. Yes. Glad you shared it with our listeners. Very interesting season. Very interesting postseason. Do you consider it a disappointment? Are you disappointed?
So these are words from our newest sponsor. Dan, what's something that you do every day?
Geez, off the top of my head.
That's right. You ask questions, which is why we are so lucky that this week's show is brought to you by Ask Jeeves. Ask Jeeves has been around since 1998, and they have still yet to spill the secrets on their family recipe. Competitors have been trying to figure out their business model for years. Even in the last 2 decades, where you can't easily search for information, most people don't have the internet, and you can only get a smartphone if you're a celebrity. Ask Jeeves comes through for the common man. Whether you are transitioning to a new gender, looking for a dinner recommendation, or you're wondering about those weird bumps you have in that funny place, Ask Jeeves is there to deliver. With the holidays coming up, they have a great offer for our listeners. If you go to askjeeves.com/PatsBlow, they will give you 2 questions for the price of 3. Damn. That's right. Pay for 3 questions and only get 2 answered. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, that may sound backwards, but it's not. They are so confident you will be satisfied with the first 2 questions, you won't even need to ask question 3.
Wow.
If you find yourself unhappy with the deal, they will gladly return your money in exchange for the answers that you were given. Shipping and handling not included for returns and exchanges.
Okay.
So head to askjeeves.com/PATSBLOW. Ask Jeeves, where yes or no questions are always yes.
Excellent. Love it. Thank you to our partners at Ask Jeeves.
Mm-hmm.
They started in 1998. Wow. Some would say the golden era of the World Wide Web.
Yeah. You were what? 4
10
at that point? Yeah, 10.
10. Yeah. Yep. So let's transition to this now that we have some revenue flowing into the show.
So I've got 13 here. One for
Jesus Christ. All right.
One for each Patriots loss of the season.
Okay.
First one. Tank for Trevor. More like stank forever.
Yeah. Yep. Turn it.
This one's actually pretty topical to one of your favorite things. Like, you're always going to air shows, right? Like airplane shows? Acrobatics. Yeah.
Frequently.
Yeah. So the headline is Air Show in Foxborough. Patriots end the season looking up at the Jets in AFC East standings.
Boy, I hope not. I hope not.
It could happen. Cam Newton, more like Olivia Newton. Once proud quarterback comes in to grease the skids for a rebuild year.
Fair. I'd read it. Don't want to read it. I'd read it.
More like Isaac Newton. He proved gravity existed by making Patriots win total fall.
Mm-hmm.
This one crossing over to our other favorite team. Marcus Smart traded to the Patriots. This is straight from the AP, Associated Press. Marcus Smart traded to the Patriots since they only score 3 points at a time anyways.
Jesus Christ. Ain't that the truth? I would take Marcus Smart right now.
This one is a dig at the ownership and the front office.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Buddy, I did.
Good.
Hapless ending. Bob Kraft and Bill Belichick scratch, claw, rub, and tug their way to their worst record in 20 years.
That's a good one. That's the best one yet.
Mm-hmm.
Rub and tug joke.
Is Gillette Stadium hosting a heavy metal show every weekend? Hard to tell, but they're having difficulty moving the chains. Because it's heavy metal.
Yeah. No, I just don't like that one.
Gotcha. Okay.
Politely will not purchase that newspaper.
You thought the current pandemic was a problem. Amnesia seems contagious too, as fans forget what a touchdown looks like.
Yep. Good one.
Another transaction. Cam Newton traded to Domino's. You know why?
Interesting move. Couldn't tell you.
Because his footballs always come with contactless delivery.
Jesus. Wow. Really laying into him.
Sorry, Cam. Patriots can't even kick rocks. Nothing is up or right about this season.
This is a grim picture, buddy, but can't argue the facts.
Final 3.
Please.
Election year, :
Oh boy.
Lone bright spot from 2020 has featured people named Harris, Kamala, Damian, and Neil Patrick.
That's a good one. save those 3 names later for a FMK or something. But go ahead.
Sneezing, wheezing, coughing corner. Patriots can't move the ball 5 yards in a virus-filled season.
Jesus, ain't that the truth?
And the final one,
Thank
man
God.
who seems to be on his last legs.
Mm.
Call him Julian Summercamp Edelman. You know why?
I 100% do not.
Pats fans have never seen so many balls dropped in one place.
That's a good one. Send that one to Giardi. That's a good one. That should warrant a reaction similar to mine, like a wholehearted chuckle.
Thank you.
It
was nice to have you respond positively for probably the first time that we've done this like 6 times.
Well, I certainly don't want you to get it twisted. Not to all of them, a handful of them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you shot 13 times. You're bound to hit a couple of them.
Yeah, Marcus Smart.
Speaking of Marcus Smart, exactly. Excellent segue.